Hello, I'm Dr. Dale Caldwell. Welcome to another episode of Family Business World. And so my hope is this episode will make you hungry. So I have chef and owner of, how do you pronounce the restaurant?
La Pergola.
La Pergola. La Pergola. So
Milford.
Driola Kaloshi is our guest, and so welcome.
Thank
here.
you so much.
And I've had you on one of our family business Friday shows, and I haven't had a chance to eat there, but the people in my office say it's the best food ever. So,
Thank you so
tell me a
much.
little bit. I always like to hear the origin story. So, where did you grow up, and how did you end up, owning a restaurant?
Okay, I pretty much arrived in New York City 23 years ago with my husband.
Okay, from where?
And we decided from Siena, Italy.
Italy, okay.
And we decided to live in New York.
Uh-huh.
After we had our first child, we moved to New Jersey.
Okay.
And we worked in the corporate world, and we decided in 2010 we're going to open our own restaurant. I studied design, so my husband is like, you can open, design the place, and you don't even have to work there. So that was the joke. So we built a restaurant from scratch, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
It was a beautiful building in Melbourne. We picked Melbourne because of the paper mill playhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, we figured our clientele, including the towns around, who have a great support.
So like dinner in a theater. So you want
Yes,
to do
exactly.
the
I just wanted to create an experience in there. So we made a simple menu, Northern Italian, and from there we just moved on, and we created a great spot for everybody to come dine for a special occasion, or just after a theater, or
one of the things you said that's really important is that you're creating an experience.
Exactly.
It's not just about the food, it's about experience. So let me go before you, because I always like to know the guests, because I like to know. So what did you do when you're working in business? What did you and your husband do?
So my husband was a former banker. And,
a banker, really?
Yeah, and myself interior design, so we worked for a corporate. So.
Okay.
And we did, like every immigrant, when you come to this country, you work in restaurants, so we worked for a little. And, we grew up on a big family, and food was really a big part of our life. Yes, it was absolutely. We entertained a lot at our home, and we just loved cooking. But after we opened the restaurant, we did, of course, have chefs that we started the business with. And me going home and visiting, started like taking Culinary Institute in Florence. I started taking classes.
Okay.
And
Florence, Italy.
Yes.
So really, so you were at the heart of good food. You were taking classes.
Absolutely. And having my family, of course, sharing their recipes, that was like really a big part of it. And in 2015, I always had a dream to go to Cordon Bleu in Paris.
Oh, really? Okay.
So we decided to close the restaurant for a month. So we took the whole family, and I did a course in Parisian food.
Really?
Just for fun of it. They did have a lot of influence from Florence, from Caterina de Medici. It was a big influence on a Parisian cuisine. So I find that very interesting.
But so for our audience, for those of us that are like eating food, but I cook spaghetti, like basic spaghetti, just basic spaghetti with but not So before, I want to hear some more about the exotic stuff. So picture, for those of us that didn't grow up in an Italian family, food. Now, do you have a Sunday? Is every night a big feast?
It's pretty much every a grandma. It's a chef in the house.
Okay.
So that's the only thing she does.
Right.
We even joke. My grandma had a big thumb because she was making gnocchi all the time. And one of the thumbs got so big because of the gnocchi thumb. So we grew up like knowing that getting home after school, we had a beautiful meal waiting for us, a beautiful meal for dinner, and of course, every time cousins came over was a big event.
Right.
So, and of course, it was a competition: who makes a better pasta, who makes a better soup, and that was. But that actually made us as kids growing up seeing that the food is life.
Right.
And when I came to this country, I just find it very. Being all the time on the go. I try to create that when you sit down, you have a beautiful meal, you enjoy your meal, and
You take your time.
You take your time. You get to know who cooked your meal,
Right.
and that has become one of our, I think, a big signature of my business. I love the customers to know who we are and what we're about, and people appreciate that.
Yeah.
So we're just not another restaurant in town.
Right.
So that's pretty much, opening your door and opening your heart to your client and to your community. So.
And again, when we were doing the Zoom call, I really got that sense that it really is much more than just food. And so, but I want to go back because I want to give the audience experiences that you have. And she glosses over, you gloss over this stuff, so the cordon bleu and cooking in Italy. And so, was it difficult? Did they make it, because people see these TV shows and the folks are always mean to you. They're always saying, you call that good food? That's horrible. Were they that tough or were they nice?
No, usually, because of my short time and my time being very valuable, being away from my restaurant, I do one-on-one cooking, like cooking with the chef.
Right.
It is a great experience, especially getting to cook with a highly respected chef that knows so much about the tradition. I usually just study the for example, if I'm in Paris, only the Parisian. If I'm in Bologna, only the that region of so that way you get the best of it. What I find very interesting is that you will experience that food more if you go in a little corner restaurant in the town than you actually learned in the class all day. It's all about being out there and tasting and getting to know people who cook, people behind the restaurant.
So what's my favorite? As I said, I just and again I said I'm used to what you wouldn't even call good spaghetti, but that's my favorite meal. I could eat spaghetti I just love.
Me too.
So what's the secret of a good spaghetti sauce? What is you don't have to give all the secrets, but what makes it better? One better than another?
It's the time that you take to cook it, the ingredients. For example, you get a good. Good tomatoes for the sauce, good olive oil, fresh basil, salt and pepper, and that's pretty much. And of course you make the noodles homemade. That's a plus, but you don't always have the time to do that. So it's pretty much taking your time and choosing simple ingredients.
What's your favorite type of pasta?
I love making raviolis, but lasagna for me it's just because I take so much time of doing it. From the process of doing the meat sauce that has to cook 6 hours, and it actually the noodles that are all made by hand and layered by hand, and when I see the customer's face when it goes in front of them, they're like, wow. That's and of course it's delicious. So
it almost looks too good to eat. So I say I told you you're going to get hungry by the time we're done. You're going to want to eat. So that pasta. So let's talk a little about the restaurant. And so you have this beautiful restaurant. Are you involved in the community or how do you connect with the communities around you?
We have 3 kids that has been part of the business too as well. We have them in sports, we had them in taking ballets and that every parent does. So we got to know a lot of people that way, and that became friends. We always try to donate We donate to homeless shelters.
Oh, really? Okay.
We do, of course, right now on the going with the COVID to the hospitals and to our police department and fire department, and even to a family in need. So we have like a lot of our close friends that will be like, we have a big family that they're really in need of a dinner, or so we always willing to donate and give. So that's big part of.
And you're modest. I mean, you're modest about it, but I really, I just see that your heart is so much a part of this restaurant, and so much a part of the food, and so much a part of what you do. And I have a foundation, and we've aligned with something called Soup Kitchen 411, which just won a contract. I don't know if you know Soup Kitchen 411. Ken DeRoberts.
Yes, I do, actually. We know him personally.
Ken's a good friend of mine, and he and I have done a lot of consulting.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he told you that they applied for a grant with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Tim Sullivan, the CEO, that they're trying to help small businesses and people who are struggling with food. And so they won a grant for $2 million to buy from restaurants and give money to people who are hungry. So hopefully we'll do that.
I believe that this country has so much to offer, and I just believe nobody should be hungry. In the end of the night, nobody should go to sleep hungry.
Exactly.
We all can help somehow.
There's enough for everybody, and I say that too about poverty. I say that even if people don't care about people who are poor. But if poor people have money to pay bills, rich people get richer.
That's true.
It's good for everybody, and that's kind of my passion, is kind of end systemic poverty, and that's what this foundation is all about. So we're trying to do, and we created something called Entrepreneur Zones, and so the whole idea is to really help to support entrepreneurs so they can create jobs so that people reduce poverty. And entrepreneurship, I believe, which is why I'm doing Family Business World, I do another show called Entrepreneur State of Mind, is the answer. That businesses like yours are the answer, that making you more successful, not only do you create more tax revenue for the town, that's where it's coming from. So anybody that complains about property taxes needs to support local restaurants. They need to support local businesses. People don't understand that. They'd rather save $1 online, than actually go to a local restaurant and get the kind of love that you get from those. I remember early on when my daughter was young, and we went to a family business that was a retailer or something. She was saying, those people are so nice. I said, well, that's what it is. The local small businesses, they actually care about the customer. You're not a number.
I believe every business owner takes a pride on what they do, and they are there to show their talent and what they best can do, and that's pretty much, that's why they succeed. It's very important for people to support small family business. Otherwise, they will not survive. So,
and we're at a stage now where, big companies have money to contribute to hire lobbyists to get advantages, and so we need to really begin as a community to start to really support restaurants who give back to the community. So we're going to take a break for some commercial now, and then we're going to come back, and I want to pick up more. I want to get some more insights on how someone should read a menu. And what kind of wine should people have? So we'll see you in a little bit on Family Business World.
Never stopping. The family law firm of Shemtab Dragonovsky Taylor will help you move through and beyond your divorce. We are a full-service boutique family law firm located in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania. We handle cases in Montgomery County, Chester, Bucks, Delaware, and Philadelphia counties. We have 6 highly experienced lawyers and have represented clients for more than 30 years regarding these issues. Our clients depend on us to sort through the complicated issues involved in divorce and division of assets, spousal and child support, and custody. We listen to them, we gather the information, and we help them make informed decisions. We pride ourselves in our knowledge and our experience. We try to settle cases when we can, but we zealously advocate for our clients at trial as experienced and successful litigators. If you need help on any of these family life issues, please call us for an appointment at 215-542-2105 or check us out on our website at www.shemtablaw.com.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. All day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Why buy local? When you shop with local businesses, you're spending your money on more than just the item you're buying. You're adding a building block to your neighborhood. It starts with a single purchase, maybe a cup of coffee, groceries from a local co-op, or even a shiny new bicycle from one of the nearly 28 million small businesses nationwide. Your money doesn't stay in the till for long though. Local business owners use the money to create a lot of economic activity in your neighborhood, like buying from suppliers, many of whom are also local businesses, paying taxes to the city, which builds and maintains the infrastructure we all rely on, employing local workers, contributing to 65% of the net new jobs each year. Add this all together and you've got a recipe for a happier, healthier, more connected neighborhood. Now that's an investment worth making.
Ashley Owens. I am your personal networking concierge, and I host a show on RVN TV called Connect to Success, where I interview power networkers in the greater Philadelphia and South Jersey area. So join me every week, 12:30 on Thursdays during your lunch break, and now on Fridays at 9 and 9:30 p.m. We'll see you next week.
Back to Family Business World, and we were just talking about small businesses, restaurants, menus, and wine, and those things. For those of us that love to eat good food, but really don't know anything about wine or how to mix this with that, and I know you're bring your own restaurant, bring your own liquor, but what are some of the tricks that what are some of the popular items, and what kind of wines should people look for?
Well, we do specialize in Northern Italian cuisine, which it means our pastas are really one of our main, like you don't want to skip on a pasta.
Right,
so you want
yeah.
to get your salad or a soup, you want to get a pasta, and you want to get a main course.
Right.
So and of course a little biscotti if you don't want to have a full dessert. We're all watching our diet. So the Chiantis are wonderful with our food. It does not have to be a super Toscan or Pergolas, of course. Piemonte region has amazing wines.
Okay.
And again, they don't have to be just $50 a bottle of wine. It can be a great $15, $18 a bottle of wine, and it goes very well with our food. And just sharing a great meal with a great bottle of wine, it's a way to connect and relax and enjoy your company.
Well, you've really helped to change my mind, because I think in America, as you and I were talking, people are just so anxious to kind of get through the meal. I mean, dinner's my favorite meal, and if I have a bad dinner, it's like a bad day. I've got to have a good dinner. But we're always under pressure to rush and but you're right, you should just kind of take your time and really savor the food.
We joke with my husband because of my design background, I have gotten a very comfortable chair. So, and I tell people, just sit, relax, enjoy your wine. And my husband, being a number guy, is like, we should have like uncomfortable chairs so people can eat and get out. So, but I do love people to be comfortable and to totally enjoy themselves, and just connect with the person that they're. If it's their spouse, their kids, or just friends or neighbors.
Right.
So it's all about just like letting everything outside and just enjoying that moment.
So it's a spa for food.
Spa for food.
A spa for food. That's for food.
And
that's
it's nothing fancy about it.
Right.
It's just very delicious and very. You can taste the homemade, and you can taste the love that goes behind it.
Yeah. So now tell me, how do they find out about the restaurant? What's the web address?
It's www.lapergolanj.com.
Pergolanj.com. And what are the hours? Are you open?
We're actually, we open 7 days.
Okay.
Monday, we are open, every single day.
Okay.
Weekends, lunches, pretty much we have private parties, but because now we we created a garden,
Okay.
we can serve all day in there too.
So what time does lunch start on Saturday?
11:30 to 10 p.m. Yes.
Both on Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, I'm going to try to take advantage of one of the
Yes.
one of the weekends there. And so, this has been a really, really tough time for restaurants. You know, restaurants probably more than any other small independent businesses have really been hurt because many of them have had to close. Were you closed for a while the last year?
We closed just for takeouts.
Okay.
That first week, it was one of my hardest week being on the business, and not just because I would worry about my business.
Right.
I mostly worry about my workers. It was just something that we never seen or heard before, so I didn't know if I let my workers go or if I kept them. But we were lucky enough to have a support from the community. We had a lot of business with takeouts.
Oh, good. Okay.
And I kept all my workers. We took turns of, what we're doing. Our kids came and became Uber drivers.
Wow,
so
wonderful.
they both kids from college, they came, some of their friends. To me, at that point, it was all about the safety of our customers, ourselves, and my workers.
Wonderful.
So when we started getting calls from the delivery websites, I refused them because, again, I just wanted to know who's delivering that meal to my 100-year-old customer that takes dinner every night from us, or from somebody who was sick and just wanted a soup. So it just became very personal. In the end of the day, we were there for our customers, and the customers were there for us. So.
Wonderful.
And that was really one of the biggest support and that I seen in my business. That first month that we closed, everybody calling, asking how we're doing, ordering for their friends, just for somebody who was sick, and that really just it was amazing to see that support from everybody, from the community. So
see, that's such a wonderful story. So when in good times, when you're there for the customers are going to be there for you, which is such a basic story, but people they really don't think that much about it. I mean, that really is just very, very moving to hear that. And so many businesses, so many restaurants. I know some. And it shows the entrepreneurial mindset that you have. Because I know some restaurants that said, okay, well, it's going to blow over, so we're not going to do takeout. We're just going to close and do this stuff. And they're struggling to get back. And one of the things that I've told my clients is you want to stay in the mind's eye of your customers.
Absolutely. You
can't disappear, and they don't even know, if you're going to be around. And you've done that just out of who you are and your organization, but clearly that was a big support. Were there any restaurants that closed in the area that you know of?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I don't blame them, but like you said, you have to be there. You had to be there for our customers and for yourself too, exactly. and for our workers.
And the other thing and one of the reasons that I'm, again, so passionate about family businesses is that because of the pandemic and they have to close it, when you close a family business, the whole family's unemployed.
Yeah.
People don't realize that. It's not like, well, one person's working here, another person has a government job they're doing. And family businesses have been hurt so much because they've had to be, and again, for health reasons I understand, and there have been some federal supports, but we've got to do more to really, really understand and support from family and independent businesses. So going forward, any exciting plans? Are you looking to do some new menus, expansion, or other kinds of things?
We usually do seasonal menus. So we do spring menu, like I do my asparagus soup that everybody loves.
Oh, really?
So I go very lightly on the menu, and because we have the garden now, I do almost pretty much all the dishes with the salad. So and everybody's trying to eat healthy and light, and so and it's easy for the restaurant to be able to serve. So you have to adapt. So it's a matter of adapting how you serve and how and who do you serve into?
Right.
You know, now we're seeing a lot of young families come in with young kids, and I always get a call like, what do you make for kids?
Right.
I'm like, whatever they want, you know? It's like,
I love it.
it's, I'm there to do that. And what I find it challenging during this whole time, I will get calls that will be like, oh, I haven't seen my grandma for so long. She makes the best meatball, so you'll be able to make that for me. I'm like, absolutely. So it's just being there and pretty much catering to people's need, and it was really my focus at this time. I did not stay true to my menu. I just wanted, what do you want to eat? What would you like me to make for you? Because we all were like in that little bubble that didn't know when it's
when it's going to end.
Yeah.
And so now your husband's role in the business is what?
My husband is actually he's the backbone of this of this business. He worked in a restaurant before we opened ours in the city. He can cook too, so he has a strong business mind. He knows, we joke with him because if we can find a bronzino, he will go and find it. It's like, I got it, it's there. He always joke with us. He's like, I'm paying you guys for nothing, because it's just, he has a very strong business mind. He's very disciplined. He trained the staff very well, and he only minds business. When he is on the business hours, like that 4 hours of Saturday night, he's focused. He's focused. Extremely focused, and you can see that. So it actually, every business need a person like him.
You need, and I think a lot of the restaurant business is a tough business, and you really need a business. You really need to include the art, which is the food and the cooking, but also the business. Now, how do you train? Because I've heard you have tremendous customer service and folks. How do you train the folks to serve?
First, when somebody applies for a job, you have to know if they're willing to work with you. It's like, what is your situation? Are you a student? Are you this a part-time? How do you want it? How many hours? Because you have the employees that you hire part-time and full-time. The full-timers have to be knowing from A to Z, and the part-timers are in and out, like the students that we hire a lot, including my kids. So you have to know those to train in a both way, to know in and out, or just like very simple to know how to tell the menu or tell the specials, and be polite and be respectful, and just you don't know the answer, just come back and ask, and just.
Now, do they have to memorize? They just have to memorize.
Yes,
okay.
They have to memorize, and they have to repeat it after my husband, which it makes me laugh, because they say it exactly how he says it, and it's just like, we always joke, because he will say for the duck, for example, it's extra, extra crispy. And we all joke in the kitchen, it's extra, extra crispy. So it's, and the waiter says it the same way. I'm like, you can say it in your own way. So it's,
That's funny.
it's, we, as a family, we try to have fun in there. We try to, enjoy. We make everybody make their own food.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Like, just for fun, like in our lunchtime. I have a Ecuadorian guy. I'm like, okay, go ahead, make us a special from there, or from Guatemala, or from Croatia, or wherever people are from. So it makes it it ties us, and it shows who you are as a person, and it's fun. It's fun working there, because we have created a family there. So.
And it really is just an extended family, and as I said, these shows go by so quickly. We're at the end of time, but again, give the website address for La Pergola.
La Pergola NJ. So www.lapergolanj.com.
Excellent. Well, Driola,
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This is wonderful.
Thank you so
and
much
I
for
can't wait to
having
eat
me.
there. And
I'd love
I'm
to
hungry.
have
I don't
you.
know if they're hungry, but I'm sure they are. So thanks again for watching Family Business World. We'll see you next time. Take care.